I've already sketched out the design that I'm going to be using, and basically I'm going to be using these for this video. These are Jacquard Dynaflow. So they are basically like a dye. I'm just going to open this up and show you. It's very liquidy. So basically you don't need to put any water with these. And I'll be putting them straight out of the pot and onto my muslin. Muslin is a cloth that people use to generally draft up clothing, but I am going to be using this for fabric painting. So basically I have these two areas to paint, and if I find that it's too runny and it's not going to be able to do these little dots that I want, I am going to use the Jacquard Textile Paint, which is a lot more, well, less fluidy really, it's just a paint. So let's begin. This is the light box that I use. If you live in Canada, you should be able to purchase it. I have put a link to the Caterpillar on my Amazon description down below. That one is basically if you wanted to do it with applique as well. So it's very similar to the Cricut one. So the Cricut one, you can use a knife on it. This one you can't. So I'm going to place my fabric over the top, decide where I want it to land. And then I'm going to stick some masking tape on it so it doesn't move about. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my friction pen. And I'm going to start copying all of my markings. I've got to turn my, don't lean on it. Copy all of my markings where I want stuff to be. Now, I'm not going to do the big leaf in the centre because I'm going to make sure that I get all of these painted first, because the big leaf in the centre is going to be thread painted next week. Follow me, so subscribe, so you don't miss that tutorial. You don't want to miss it. So that's that. And I'm going to do this lovely semicircle here. This is a very boho design, and I just love the boho design right now. And then what I might do is I'm going to scoot this over so I can get that design a bit more into the space that I want it. I might actually move it a little bit further down than what it was, or further up. Where should I put it? I'll put it about there. It's like a little splatter thing. Then once I've painted, I'll come in and do this over the top. So I've protected my work surface with some parchment paper because I don't want to get anything on my table. All the fabric paints that I've been showing you so far over these series of videos do not go crusty. Sometimes if you get a paint from, let's say, Michael's, not bashing them, but that kind of like fabric paint that's in with their kind of acrylic paints, it kind of goes crusty on top. So just be careful when you get anything that says fabric paints, and try to go for a bit more of a top quality fabric paint. So Dynaflow is a very good quality paint. It is done by a company called Jacquard, and it does very good quality paints. I'm hoping I don't spill on this, but hey ho, if I do, I guess it's going to happen. So it's very fluidy, very, very fluidy. So I've got some water at the side of me here, and I've also got a piece of kitchen towel. So I'm going to go from the centre, and I'm going to see how much this is going to bleed on my fabric, if it actually does. So let's see. And it's actually not bleeding. So this is really good. I want it to have a boho effect. It almost looks like coffee. They should have just called it coffee. So I kind of want to keep the colours muted. And if you subscribe to me, oh look, it's bleeding a little bit, but I'm not bothered too much about that. So that I'm going to have to be mindful of that, not to go too far to the edge and see what it does. But I kind of like that kind of watercolor look anyway. So I'm not too bothered. I'm not really going to blend these in. I don't really think you can blend this kind of paint in. But then I'm just going to kind of brush it up there. If it bleeds, it bleeds. It really doesn't matter. Because I can actually extend it if I wanted to. See what happens with that. Keep going. It really looks like nothing much until you get that thread painting outline over it that I love doing. So I really don't want to. I like to use a really stiff bristle brush. This side has really gone to town on me, hasn't it? I feel as though if I keep correcting it, it's going to make it worse. Just do that. Now I'm going to have to extend this part. I don't care about the lines because they will iron out. There we go. So it may look a bit messy at first, but trust me, when you come by next week, it's going to look cool. So that is that coffee mocha colour. And then I'm going to go in with a green colour over here. I don't want to lift it up. It's going to be really wet. And I will be letting that sit for like 24 hours just to make sure that it dries properly. I'm going to then dry that off. And this is a really stiff brush, so I can have a little bit of control over the paint. And here we go. Let's do this kind of like little blobby thing. I find if you just let things organically get on with what they want to do, it actually does not turn out looking too bad. There we go. Just going to leave that. And because I have no control over that, I'm going to have to go in with that other type of paint. So I'm going to have to use the Jacquard textile stuff because it's a lot more thicker. So I've poured some into this little teal, I've poured some into this little pot and it's teal. And I'm going to be using a bit more of a narrow brush and I'm going to have more control over painting these dots. This again is a stiffer brush. I don't care if some of them are darker and some of them are lighter. And this does not bleed at all. So I have so much better control. So as you can see, this does bleed. So you can have little control over this on your fabric, but this other stuff doesn't bleed. But I don't care. I'm going to run with this. I'm going to work with this, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. So join me in the next video, and I will show you thread painting this image. So this isn't the finished image. This is the finished image. So it's going to look so much different. I have over 500 tutorials, so don't forget to subscribe for more sewing and quilting tutorials. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.